Hi guys, before we start modeling the interior, let's take a quick look at edit mode. First, select the cube. You can do this from the drop-down menu in the top left corner or by simply selecting it in the 3D viewport. But before we jump into edit mode, let's do something to make the cube more visually readable. Go to shading, activate cavity, and set it to both. This improves the visibility of edges and makes the cube easier to work with. Now, go to edit mode. The shortcut for this is tab, and as always, the shortcuts I'm using will appear on the screen so you can follow along. Once in edit mode, you'll notice the cube is divided into three main components. Vertices. These are the points where edges meet. You can move them individually with G or select multiple vertices to move them together. Edges. These are the lines connecting two vertices. You can select and move edges just like vertices. For example, you can rotate an edge along the z-axis. Faces. Faces are the flat surfaces created by connecting multiple vertices. They can have 3 or more vertices. To switch between vertices, edges, and faces, use the shortcuts. 1 for vertices, 2 for edges, 3 for faces. For example, press 1 to go back to vertex selection. Let's talk about snapping. To enable snapping, go to the snapping menu, the magnet icon, and set it to vertex. Now, when you move objects while holding control, they'll snap to other vertices. This also works for edges and faces. For basic transformations, S is for scaling. For example, you can scale a face on the x-axis by pressing S plus X. E is for extruding. Extrusion creates additional geometry by extending faces or edges. You can access the extrude tool from the toolbar, but I recommend using the shortcut E for efficiency. Another useful tool is Inset Faces. Select a face, shortcut 3, then use Inset Faces to create a smaller face within it. You can repeat your last action with Shift plus R. For instance, if you scale or inset face, pressing Shift plus R will repeat that action. Now let's look at beveling. Select an edge or multiple edges by holding Shift while clicking. Use the shortcut Ctrl plus B to bevel the edges. You can adjust the bevel by rolling the middle mouse button to add or reduce the number of segments. If you notice shading issues, right-click the object and choose Shade Smooth. If it looks odd, go to Object Properties, Normals, Auto Smooth to fix it. Another important tool is the Loop Cut. Make sure you are in edit mode, edges. Use the shortcut Ctrl plus R to add loop cuts. Roll the middle mouse button to add more cuts, then left click to confirm. If you want to keep the cuts evenly spaced, right click immediately after confirming. Now let's create a quick window as an example. Start with a cube. Scale it along the X and Y axis to form a flat shape. Press Ctrl plus R to add two loop cuts. Right-click to position them evenly. Switch to Face Selection Mode 3 and select the 4 faces where you want the window. Use Inset Faces to inset the selected faces. If the distances look uneven, it's because the object's scale hasn't been applied. To fix this, apply the scale by pressing Ctrl plus A and selecting Scale. Redo the inset and the distances will now be even. In the bottom left corner of the screen, select Individual to inset each face separately. Finally, select the faces and extrude them inward using E. And there you have it, a quick and simple window. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more Blender tutorials. And see you in the next video.